It is 8:55 on your Wednesday morning. A wintry mix in Maryland. School closures and delays listed at the bottom of your screen. Meteorologist Tim Williams and Marty Bass tracking the system. Tim.
Well, we have been tracking the system since early this morning, and what we've noticed is, first off, the temperatures not really changing very much. We're still sitting at 31 degrees in central Maryland, 30 degrees right across the top tier of the state from, say, Cecil County right on over toward Hagerstown, 32 at Cumberland and Oakland sitting at freezing there, 31 in Rock Hall, 30 in the nation's capital. So this storm has now started to align itself with the 95 corridor, and we're seeing sleet, and you see some little blues in there now, right around the metro area looking in toward Baltimore. You start to see some green, some rain filtering in, and some blue in there. So a mixed sleet, rain, and even some snow, some wet snow in there as well. So this is what we're going to be dealing with for the next few hours or so. For how it plays out through the day, sending it over to Marty.
Okay, Tim, thank you very much. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this radar on the watch, warning, and advisory graphic. In other words, what we would be seeing is going to be a winter weather advisory still through 10 o'clock, but along the northern interior counties until at least 1, then 2 o'clock once you get out to the winter storm warning out in western Maryland. Eventually 44 degrees, wintry mix turns to rain. That could be in the early afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, 26, a couple of slick spots in the area. We can show you temperatures around the region on road and paved surfaces with this function of our radar. Note they are all below freezing. That has been a source of problems through the morning. Will be through the afternoon, then maybe an area-wide refreeze tonight. Sharon, take it away. You said things are clearing up in a text to me, but that's going from worse to bad. Take it away.
Hey, Marty, good morning, everyone. Well, we've cleared up the wrecks that we had working on 83, so that's some good news. We do have a serious wreck still working on Route 30 at Waywood. All lanes blocked in both directions. We understand a tractor trailer was involved there, and they have requested a salt truck. If you're headed out on the top side of the Beltway, we're looking pretty good. 54 is your average speed. No delays on the west side of the Beltway there at Liberty Road. Speeds running at 55, a 5-minute drive time on the outer loop between 795 and 70. Obviously, keep in mind bridges, ramps, and overpasses could be slick. Back over to you, Lynn.
Sharon, thank you. Joining us right now on the phone is Ron Snyder with Maryland State Police. Ron, good morning.
Good morning, Lynn. How are you today?
Good. So we have been covering widespread traffic problems.
Yes, I mean, we have had accidents reported across the Baltimore metro area and really across the state, especially along that I-83 stretch where we had several accidents to shut down a portion of 83 for a good bit this morning. You know, it's one of those events. It's an ice event. I think some people may have gotten a little bit of a false sense of security, even though the roads were retreated. I think around 6:30 we really started to see icy conditions build up, and it led to a lot of accidents out there on the roads.
Maryland State Police reminding people if it's wet, it may be ice, and to be careful on those side roads, bridges, and overpasses especially.
Absolutely. Again, you know, you can't always tell just by looking at it. It may seem wet, you know, even if it seems like it's coming down in rain. We have freezing conditions. It could lead to ice. I know I left my house about 6 o'clock this morning. Everything was fine. By the time I got to the office, you know, you could tell there was icy conditions, icing built up. It was kind of slippery getting out onto the sidewalks. And, you know, again, if you don't have to be out on the road, just take your time, work from home, slow down your commute, and just be safe.
All right, Ron, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. The commute has been dangerous, so take your time on the roads. Mike Schuh's been out with the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab with a look at conditions all across the area. Mike.
Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, everyone. We have been all over, and we can tell you that the best conditions we've seen so far today are happening right now on the Beltway. This is the Beltway, the ramp from 83 south onto the roadway heading towards Towson. We just came from the Hereford zone, and it's 2 degrees cooler up there. It was 28 degrees, and right here in Towson, it is 31, and sometimes that just makes the difference in allowing the salt to work. Areas that have been salted generally are doing fairly well. The areas that haven't, well, that's when we've seen a lot of the problems happening. The accidents, we're going to show you some video now on 83 from about Hunt Valley on north. There were cars that were overturned. There were numerous accidents in that stretch in the 8 o'clock hour, right around rush hour. So it was a little bit nutty up there because the salt either hadn't been put out or it hadn't had time to work. but it was just a case where it was too many people at the wrong time going too fast, and it didn't work out very well for a lot of those folks. We can tell you now on this stretch of the Beltway that things are fine. We're heading along at basically at regular traffic speeds, doing about 60 miles an hour. Everything is looking good here. So it's 31 degrees in Towson. We're on the Beltway headed east, and we can tell you that things are going okay. I'm Mike Schuh reporting from the Mobile Weather Lab. Back to you, Lynn.
Mike, thank you. 31 degrees here in TV Hill at 9 o'clock. And stay with WJZ. We will have much more on the winter weather with live updates throughout the morning. And you can always find more online at WJZ.com. You can follow us on Twitter or find us on Facebook.